What's up guys, it's Kevin here. Today is all about the sun. I'm so excited because I'm going to review a few new Korean sunscreen products that are out this season. Check it out over here. I've collected a few products and they just look so cute, especially with the pastel packaging. I think that's the trend they're going for nowadays. For me, I'm really particular about my sunscreens because I hate it when they're oily or when they leave like a tacky finishing or even white cast, which is terrible, especially in my previous video that I did, the one by Innisfree. Makes me look like a clown. So yeah, really keen to know what the new season sunscreens will hold. Let's begin. I just woke up, so I am like really puffy looking and tired. First sunscreen I'll show you guys is the new Tocobo watery sunscreen SPF50 plus PAA 4+. Now, just look at this. Honestly, it's like a toy and it's so slim with about 50 ml. You can barely imagine it fitting in here. So this one contains two main ingredients, which is hyaluronic acid 1000 ppm and another ingredient called mung bean, also 1000 ppm. And I have never ever used a product with mung bean before. For me, I usually eat mung bean in those Chinese biscuits and they are so delicious, but to use it on my skin. So I'll show you the texture right now. As the name suggests, it's really watery and the color is like a light beige. First off, it's really lightweight and it's kind of glossy. You can just see how easy it glides over. I know this sounds like a bit harsh, but it smells like grass. Literally, I don't know why this product smells like freshly cut grass on the street, which is not my favorite scent at all. I wish it had a different smell. So yeah, this is how my face looks like at the end of it. It feels supple, moisturized. I can actually see like a healthy bounce to it. To be honest, it's actually pretty oily. I can feel a very thick residue on my skin. And I think by the afternoon, my face is bursting out with oil and it's not pleasant at all. To be honest, I don't like this sunscreen. I would rate it like a 2 or 3 out of 5 and I don't think I will actually get this again. Moving on to the second sunscreen to review, this is the Jumiso Super Soothing Cica and Aloe SPF50 PA++++. This one I think is relatively new. There is a blue version of it, which is a hyaluronic version, but I think I don't want to try another hyaluronic one since I did the Tocobo one. So main two ingredients here is Centella asiatica and aloe vera extract, which I guess is catered for people with sensitive skin. And also in the website, they said that this sunscreen was actually suitable to use in the marine waters. I think it's quite good. For this, the texture and consistency is similar to like typical sunscreen, opaque white. And I'm going to apply it right now to show you. Just look how thick it is. Just look at how my face is turning white. There's a white cast here. And it also has the typical like chemical sunscreen smell. I wish they had a more soothing fragrance, but... So this is how it looks like after applying, and you can just see... How many shades is it lighter than my neck? Like 3 shades. So here's how it looks like underneath the sunlight. You can see it has become matte now. But yeah, I think generally I'm okay with the finishing, but sometimes there's a bit of white cast that's left over, especially if I didn't like rub it out. On the top here, you can just see it lingers slightly. What I noticed about this sunscreen is it actually makes my skin feel dry. Like I can actually feel my skin is like shrinking or drying up. But at the same time, when I touch it, it's oily. So I don't understand what's happening. It actually feels like there is a weight or like oil layer on top of it, but at the same time, it's like dehydrated. It's a very strange kind of combination which I don't particularly like. So yeah, this sunscreen, to me, it's a no. Right, moving on to the third sunscreen. You can tell I'm like trying it once every different day because my shirt and hair is different. I have over here the really famous product, the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun, Rice and Probiotics SPF50 PA4+. Now, everyone seems to be talking about this sunscreen and I had no idea. I've never used this brand before. The main ingredients for this sunscreen are rice extract, about 30%, and also probiotics, which is meant to nourish the skin, as well as ginseng to revitalize. And the packaging is really minimal, like a beige, almost like a toothpaste. So if you look at the consistency, it's a very light beige, glossy, smooth texture, and it has no scent at all. I was expecting it to smell like rice, but luckily it doesn't have a strong fragrance, almost like nothing at all. You can just see how glossy it is. It's so different than the Jumiso one, which was dry and like kind of rough. Very smooth and cool feeling. Slightly lightweight, although I think it could be even lighter. And I'm done. What do you guys think? And it's not too tacky or too heavy. At the same time, I think it's alright. I like how it makes my skin look healthy and it glows. And at the same time, it's not drying at all. It's almost like a semi-moisturizer. I'm not very sure about the rice and probiotics effect, because to me it seems like you have to use it like for months to even find out what it does to your skin. So I think that part is a bit negligible to me. I don't really bother about that. I just want to know what is the texture and does it actually make my skin oily. So this is the texture nearer under the light. You can just see that it's so supple and matte, but yet it's not dry. So when I touch my skin, it's really plump and there's no residues on my fingers, which is really good. So this sunscreen I think is pretty good, 4 or near 5 out of 5. Alright, it's time to get rosy. The next sunscreen we're going to review is this little petite one, the Heimish Tone Up Sunscreen SPF50 PA Triple Plus. Wow, look at the size of this, guys. It's so small. 30 ml. I don't think it can even last me like a week. So the main ingredients for this are Bulgarian water rose extract, hence the color, and also niacinamide to brighten your skin. And it has 3 main functions, which is to provide UV protection, to brighten your skin, and to have anti-wrinkle care. If you see the color over here, it's a dusty pink, thick liquid. It's almost like foundation. And the color is really glossy, shiny in fact, but liquidy at the same time. So take a look at that. And it really does have a faint rose smell. It's not too bad actually, really pleasant. The texture over here is really thick. And first thing first, you can see white cast. Okay, this is the moment where you realize, in self-realization, that you're a clown. And there you have it, guys. This is what a tinted sunscreen looks like. I didn't put it on my eyelids and now I can see it's much darker. For me, the finishing for this is actually the best of all of the sunscreens so far, because it's really silky matte, and that's what I love. Because when I touch it, my skin actually feels like pearl. It has like a pearlescent shine, shimmer, and it's not sticky at all. There's no residue that comes off. So this is my favorite finishing, despite the white cast. So this is 1 hour after applying the Heimish Tone Up sunscreen, and to be honest, it's not that bad. Like, I actually like how it mellowed down from the white cast to something that's nearer to my skin color, almost like the white cast diminished by like 50%, and now my skin has a nice healthy peachy light glow. Even though it started off really badly, like really white, it's not bad at all. Covers up all of the uneven skin tones and red patches if I have any on that day. The formula of the sunscreen makes my skin stay matte, almost like a silky matte texture, whereby it doesn't get oily fast. It's probably suppressing the oil secretion with some kind of formula powder or something, which is what makes me really like this a lot. Normally I'm so against white cast, but this one, yeah, I really like this. It mellowed down and tones up my skin really well. Alright, we're down to the last sunscreen of the day that was really fast. I have over here the Benton Airfit UV Defense Sun Cream SPF50 Plus Quadruple PA Quadruple Plus. And I think it's relatively new compared to the previous blue one, which is I think out for quite a while. I was very curious because this is the Airfit version meant for oily skin. And the main ingredient for this are Centella acetica, vitamin B pentanol to moisturize your skin, and also vitamin E tocopherol to nourish and protect your skin. Aside from that, they market this as something more of a moisturizer also that you can wear like directly after your toner. I'll now show you the texture, a pale green minty tint. The first thing in my mind is like, is my skin going to be green? But no, it actually blends out and kind of color corrects any redness, and also it's really glossy. Another thing to highlight about this is it has rosemary oil extract in it, or botanical herbs. So it's really earthy and kind of like a minty smell or sensation. To me, it's not bad. I actually don't mind rosemary, but probably it's not like the first smell that comes to my mind when I think of sunscreens. Yeah, so now I'm gonna glide over. You can see how the light green counter corrects the redness or peachiness in my skin. It's actually quite slippery and also highly moisturizing. So there's a lot of residue that is leaking between my fingers. So voila, here's the finishing of it. What do you guys think so far? On the spot, I realized that my skin felt really kind of moisturized. The mintiness doesn't really affect much. It just goes away really quickly. Okay, so my thoughts on this sunscreen are: number one, I like how easy it glides over my skin and it gives a nice healthy dewy shine. The feeling is very pleasant and straightforward. So definitely an easy to use sunscreen. What I don't like about this is it's actually pretty oily and kind of thick. So I don't understand why they market this for oily skin, because it's definitely not helpful at all. I think by like the midday, my skin was also quite oily. Actually, not even a midday. I think like a few hours later. Definitely not suitable for my skin type. The cooling wise factor, I don't think I probably felt it that much. But yeah, it's not bad. Probably I'll give this 3.5 out of 5. Alright, so there's our review for the 5 newest Korean sunscreens in this season. I had quite a good time trying them out, and to me, I have some of my favorites. The first one being the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sunrise and Probiotics. To me, this is an overall good sunscreen whereby the texture is good, the stickiness is not really there, and also it's non-fragrant. Solid choice. I would actually recommend this product. Second choice, I really like the finishing of the Heimish Tone Up Sunscreen with Bulgarian Rose. Now, honestly, I was not expecting how my skin looked so silky matte, like a satin feel, and not sticky at all. And now we're moving on to my least favorites. It has to be these two. The Jumiso Soothing Cica and Aloe Sunscreen. I find that it was too dry, it was too thick. I didn't really like how it makes my skin so oily at the end too. The other one that I didn't really like also was the Tocobo Watery Sunscreen. This one, I did not like the fragrance at all, smelled a bit like grass, and also it was really oily despite it being a watery cream. I have no idea why, my skin was just bursting with oils. Lastly, right in the middle, the decent sunscreen, I think has to be the Benton Airfit Sunscreen. Alright, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you keep your skin really well protected against the sun. We want to prevent all the UV rays from damaging our skin. Also, make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you like this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!